Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your favorite surgery recovery video guy. I'm back. And guess what? I'm injured again. Actually, I'll give you a little backstory this time. My initial injury was about 21 years ago. I was living back home where I grew up in the woods, and I jumped off a freight train, landed on the rail, knee first, and broke my patella in half. Sounds pretty crazy, right? Yeah. They put my patella back together, took all the metal out, it healed pretty good, and for about 10 years or so, I was fine. I did sports. I continued doing sports. I got into Muay Thai, I started fighting. But the last like 4 or 5 years, I started to get pain again, all around my kneecap, behind it, all around the sides. And it kept progressing. I started getting lubricant injections to help with that. But over the years, I've had to give up any kind of squatting, deadlifting. I can't run for more than like 3 miles without it hurting really bad. And you know, as you get older, especially as a trainer like I am, I want to stay strong. I want to lift weights. You know, I want to be as strong as possible. It's extra important as you get older because you want your bones to be strong as well. You got to weight train. So I knew something was going to have to happen soon because I was losing all these activities that I enjoy. Then about a month and a half ago, I banged my knee. It didn't seem too bad, but then I started getting this intense pain right above my kneecap, and it would lock out sometimes when I was trying to take a step. And I was like, whoa, that's weird. That's a whole new symptom. I babied it, I rehabbed it for a couple weeks. It seemed to go away. Then I bumped my knee again, even later than before. And I started getting a new pain, and it would vary. Sometimes it would be on either side of my kneecap. Same thing though. If I would get up from sitting or try and straighten my leg out from being bent, intense pain, and I would fall to the ground. Like, there was a whole day where I just couldn't walk at all. And I was like, all right, I gotta go back to the doctor. It definitely feels like something broke. I was imagining like a little piece of bone, like a little like stone-sized piece of chip or cartilage or bone that broke off. I took an MRI. The MRI report did say that there was an ossific body that was loose, which means it's a bony body that's loose. So my doctor was like, well, you already know you need at least a partial knee replacement, you know, behind the kneecap and the front of the femur. You know your menisci are okay. They don't need to be repaired at all. We could go in with a scope, arthroscopically, just make some small incisions, go in there, pluck out anything we find, smooth out the cartilage the best we can, and that could give you a couple years maybe until you do need that partial replacement. So I thought about it for a couple days, and I was like, you know what? If I get the partial replacement, there's a good chance that I'll never have to deal with this situation again, where things keep breaking off and getting stuck inside my knee, and this is very inconvenient, and it was unexpected, so I don't want to deal with that. So you know what? Let's pull the trigger. Let's do the partial replacement. So I went in. Today is Saturday. My surgery was Thursday, so it's second day recovery. They put plastic on the back of my kneecap. So they saved my kneecap as well. They just shaved a tiny bit off of it, put plastic on, they cemented it, and then they cemented a metal into the groove of my femur. So it's gonna ride plastic on metal. It should be very smooth. Cleaned all around. They found the piece that was floating around in there. It was about this big. They said it was a $half size piece of bone that had sheared off and was shifting around inside my knee. I can't believe I wasn't in more pain. That's pretty crazy. But anyway, I'm glad I opted for that surgery because even if they did the scope, they couldn't have pulled out a piece that big. So the only way to get that out was open surgery. I had a scar here already from when I broke my knee, so they just used the exact same line, cut it open. Didn't need staples this time, which was awesome because getting staples pulled out of your skin really hurts. I mean, all this stuff really hurts, but you know, when you're not knocked out and you're watching them just rip staples out of your skin, ugh, that's pretty rough. So as usual, I've compiled some things that have been helping me so far. Like, it's only my second day, but I've noticed some things that people have recommended in person on the internet have helped. Some things haven't really been needed. Amazon is your best friend because you can return things a lot of times if you don't need them, especially if you didn't even use it or open it. One thing, you're going to be kind of unbalanced and you're going to be on a lot of drugs, so you might want to wear the hospital socks. Just keep them on for a couple of days. Unless your feet start to smell really bad, then maybe you want to change your socks. I'm very into doing everything myself. I'm very self-sufficient, but that first day, I still needed my lovely girlfriend to help me with a lot of things. One of them is socks, because I could not bend my knee at all. Even though my arms are pretty long, it's still not long enough to put my socks on by myself. It's a good idea to wear something like Crocs, because these are easy to slide on and off. I'm going to use, I bought this for another surgery and I didn't actually end up using it. This long shoehorn, I think this might be a good way to take my sock off. Maybe, I don't know. There we go. We got it off. See, I can reach a little bit further now. I got this thing. Maybe you want to try this if you don't have the flexibility or the long arms that I do. It's called, this is one of the cheapest ones. Sock Aid on Amazon. So you stretch your sock out. I have a really big sock here because I wanted to start using compression. You can see how some of the swelling from up here started running down. It's starting to migrate down here because of gravity. I've been walking around a bit. So this thing you want to kind of throw, get it over your foot. This is the first time I'm using it, so you guys are watching me in real time test this out. And then, oh my God, is my foot too big? Ugh. Okay, this is kind of hard to use. Yeah, I don't think I like this. I also have a very big sock on there too, but my heel's getting stuck. You see that? My heel's getting stuck. All right, I already don't like this. So there we go. That's why we try these things. Luckily, this was only 15 bucks. Maybe I'll send it back. Maybe not. I don't know. It's only 15 bucks. But I can put my own socks on by now because I can bend my knee a little further and get my socks on. There we go. I like wearing socks because putting ice on my leg all the time makes me really cold. Now there's your big telescoping shoehorn. That can help you putting regular shoes on if you want to. They sent me home from the hospital, all drugged up with this big ass brace on. And this, I didn't know I could take it off because I didn't remember talking to the doctor. I was so out of it, I had a whole conversation with him. And I got home and I'm like, man, the doctor never came to see me after the surgery. And I called him the next day, he's like, you don't remember anything, huh? He's like, yeah, we talked for a long time. I explained everything. So this thing's pretty easy to put on. You can actually adjust it yourself. You can slide these things up and down. It makes you feel a lot more stable. I'm sure they'll give you something like this. I called him back the next day. He says, you only really need to wear this when you feel like it's necessary. Like it gives you a sense of support. It does make your leg a little bit more stable, but it locks it in that straight position. So keep that in mind. I use this when I go outside to walk the dog or something like that. Around the house, I don't really wear it. I don't really wear much of anything around the house. I like to keep it simple. If you have a small apartment like we do, you're going to find yourself just using one crutch most of the time. I find it easiest to use it on the injured side, and it's kind of, every time I take a step with that leg, I put the crutch down, so I got extra support there. But you can see, you can put weight on your foot right away, which surprised me. 20 years ago when I broke my knee, there was none of this happening. None of this. Surgery has come a long way. It's pretty cool. The two biggest things that have helped me so far, well, actually, let's say three things. The first thing is on me. I have naturally been developing over the years strength in my other leg. I was trying to keep up with it on this leg, but like I said, as the years went by and the kneecap got more and more painful, I had to back off of all the strength stuff I was doing. But basically, every time you get up and get down after the surgery, you're doing like one-legged squats, one-legged lunges, one-legged hip hinges. So if you ever want to do prehab, work out before your surgery, that's the type of stuff you want to work on. Try and develop strength in both legs if you can, you know, but you're going to be relying on that leg a lot. Okay, so the other two things that have really helped, especially in the first couple of days, tons of swelling, and you want to get that joint moving as soon as possible. Some kind of ice machine that you can put around it, and most of these have timers on. So this has a, you know, like a universal pad. I would like this to be bigger. It doesn't really cover enough for me, especially now that my swelling started running down into my shin. But it does work. 30 minutes on, 30 minutes off. You can put ice cubes in there. You can put frozen bottles of water, fill it up with water. We have to unplug it every day and then take it into the bedroom so we can run it while we're sleeping. But it is cool that you can keep running it while you're sleeping. If I was going to do all this again, I would get the Game Ready leg sleeve, which was recommended by a bunch of people. I think you have to rent that, and it's like $250 to rent it. But look at how far the swelling goes, all the way down my leg. The only thing that's going to cover all of that is the Game Ready sleeve. So, I mean, I'm looking into still getting it right now. I don't know if it's going to get here in time, but I would rather use that. So if they offer that to you at the hospital, or maybe you can just mention it to your doctor and they'll be able to get a hold of it. The other thing the doctor gave me, and this I also had to pay for as a rental, is this passive movement machine, the CPM, continuous passive movement machine. So you basically lay on the ground, lay your leg in here, your butt down here, your foot up here, and then you can set the angle, the speed, and you just lay on the ground while the machine bends your knee back and forth. It's pretty cool. And once again, technology has come a long way. I wish they had this the first time I got injured. You know, that would have made my recovery a lot faster. Alright, I'm gonna grab my other ones because I'm already feeling a little bit tired. I've been moving around a lot today. I'll show you a couple things out here. So, I have been walking the dog a little bit. My girlfriend comes with, just so it's a little more careful. There he is right there. He's being real lazy today. He's being very camera shy. I couldn't find anything on the internet to explain how do you walk a dog with crutches, how do you pick up their poop, but it was way easier than I thought it would be. Just put both crunches on the injured side. I try to have my bag, my poop bag, already pulled out, ready to go in my pocket, and I just hinge at the hip. This is where that one-legged hip hinge comes in, right? Hinge, pick it up, and then I'm back on 2 feet again. Easy. Tie it up, put it in your pocket, throw it at your neighbor, whatever you want to do. And then you can be walking again. If you have a big dog that pulls a lot, you might want to have somebody else help you out for a while, because yeah, you're gonna be kind of unstable. I can throw all my weight on here. I can stand in the kitchen and cook, you know, I can do dishes and stuff, but it doesn't feel very stable. It's kind of scary. Let's go into the bathroom. If you watched my spine surgery video, you'll remember the thing I got for the toilet. And I actually thought I would never need it again, so I threw it away. And then I had to buy another one. There it is. It makes the toilet higher, and it's got those handles, so it's real easy to lower yourself down. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I still have not taken a shower yet. I think tomorrow or the next day I'm going to take a shower. This is my plan for getting into the shower. I'll show it to you now, and then the next video I make, I'll let you know if it worked or not. Let me get these things out of the way. So, once again, every time I sit down, I basically just slide this straight leg out in front of me, scoot my butt back, put my good foot in. You know what? Let's take these socks off. This could be very, very dangerous. Ugh. There we go. Let's put that in there. I'm gonna lift this with my hand. Oh. There we go. So So as long as I'm careful, I take small steps, I can hang out here in the shower, I think. I don't know. You think? I think it's worth a try. Am I gonna kill myself?
No.
What do you guys think? I don't know. It's all wet in here. I can't hang onto this sink. Alright, well, we'll find out, I guess. So, I gotta slide it back out in front. Sit back. If you have I had a really good idea. I had suction cups at work, because as a mechanic, sometimes I replace glass. If you have a smooth wall with no tiles, you can use, you can get some cheap suction cups on Amazon too. Boom, like instant handlebar. You could help hold on to. That would come in really handy. But we got tiles, so the suction cups are like, they're too big. They go past the tile, so they're not gonna work. But that would be awesome. Anything you can find to hold on to, just grip onto it. Alright, so we'll try that out probably tomorrow. I'll let you know how it goes. I also, we're not changing the dressing yet. We're not changing the dressing until 5 days. Where the crutches at? Oh. Sorry. I'm still taking the Percocet, so I'm a little loopy, but I'm trying to get this video done before I forget all this stuff. I wanted to take a video of the first day, but I was just still too out of it. Too much in pain too. Oh yeah, let's talk about pain. Today's not too bad, but there's a lot of pressure from all the swelling. Just trying to ice it as constantly as possible. In between, of course, using that passive movement machine. I try to walk as much as possible, but I don't last very long. Walk the dog like 3 or 4 times a day. I go really slow. And that's pretty much all the exercise I get, besides just walking around the house. The first day hurt a lot. As soon as the nerve block started wearing off, it hurt a lot. And I had already started taking the Percocets before the nerve block wore off like you're supposed to, but it was pretty bad. Pretty bad for about 12 hours, and then started to mellow out a little bit. Sleeping's fine. Once I found out I was allowed to take the brace off, sleeping was pretty comfortable actually. Just put some pillows between your legs, keep them straight. You can, if you get an ice machine, you can keep that on while you're sleeping. It'll go off and on every 30 minutes. Pretty good deal. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. Taking it day by day. I'll make another video in a day or two. I might wait until day 5 when I actually change the dressing, and so you guys can see what my wound looks like. I'm sure everybody's wound is a little bit different. I think sometimes they go in on the sides, but I already had that big scar down the middle, so you can see my foot's still a little red, my leg's still pretty swollen. Yeah, we'll compare it. Alright, as usual, if you have any questions or comments, if you like my shirt, I'll let you know where to get one like it.